Hey, everybody. It's your boy, Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft Game. I'm here with the Draft Mom's favorite and also happy Mother's Day in passing mother. Uh, it's the Draft Mom's favorite. It is Jay Devlin on the podcast. Say hello to the people, Jay Devlin.
What up? What up, man? I've been absent from the game for 2 weeks. I don't know how that's happened. You and I are in negotiations to see if my streak is still alive for cashing, even though I've been gone for the last 2 weeks. But it's good to be back. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was fantastic. Loved it. I don't know anything about any other movie that was on the slate this week.
Yes, well,
I'm just prefacing that right now.
hey, fair enough. And a lot of talk's been around Lowriders, which we definitely talked up in the group chat. Once again, if you haven't joined, check us out. We have links on our Facebook page to join Marcus Graham's Secret to His Salmon. That is a Cinema Draft group chat. We are definitely discussing strategy 7 days a week. And one of our group chat, one of denizens of group chat, Ringballs22, second in the feature presentation, but even better, Smart Ash, number 1, 298.79. Let's take a look at her call sheet. Welcome back, Smart Ash. One of my favorite new players. Very reminiscent, not to make this gender-based stuff, very reminiscent of Kelly, another one of my favorite players from last year. Donde esta, Kelly?
What kind of arguments are going on in that house? Boyfriend and girlfriend battling at the top of the feature presentation for all the glory.
Yeah,
they better have some side bets going about like who does the dishes, who takes the trash out, something.
And that's one thing also that the group chat is good for, is the side bet. There will be a whiteboard update shortly, my friends. My infamous whiteboard where I keep track of our side bet debts. Talking to you, Hebrew Hammer. Okay, so here we are for our podcast listeners. Smart Ash's call sheet, and she went heavy on Lowriders, balanced by a nice sprinkling of Bahubali to the conclusion. What else do you see here that you like, Jay Devlin?
Well, I didn't play this week because I got a little jammed up at the casino on Thursday, and I always do my lineups Thursday. So again, I apologize for not making it in. But per the podcast you and I did last week, the preview pod, you and I were both all over Lowriders.
Yes.
It reminded me of Fast and Furious 1. Just the niche market. Mexican Americans. We talk about political population density.
Yes.
there's a lot of Mexicans out there in the world that like to go to movies. So
yes.
If they're
population density and also the proximity too as well. So when you're looking at I kind of consider this a 3F, a foreign focused film, because it seemed like it was serving a niche market. It was on only platform release. And one of the keys we kind of self-discovered last week is that when it comes to these 3Fs, you want to have population density of the native country. And I guess population or country proximity doesn't hurt either.
Hey, Ed, I don't know if you noticed, a lot of Mexican people live in the United States. So they went to the movies. They checked it out. I'm sure it's a pretty good movie, and it overperformed by a ton. So this is a great call sheet. Not shocking. This won, or this came in second?
No, this one won. This is Smart Ash, and actually this is a really good. I wouldn't say it's balanced as far as risk goes. I think it's a very balanced risk type of call sheet. I'll tell you this why, because while Lowriders was a bit of a black box, we all had feelings about it. We definitely talked up in the group chat and on the podcast. She has a 4-pack of Lowriders, but she also goes with what is a now 3-week running favorite in the platform category, Bahubali to the conclusion. It's almost like she kind of hedged her bets. Like she didn't want to go all in Lowriders. She could kind of defer some risk with the slightly higher price Bahubali to the conclusion. And then also she got, she also got a couple of old favorites.
Gifted, still hanging around.
Still hanging around. I mean, it's not crushing the box office, but it still gets you 4 or 5 points as a headliner. And then Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the no-brainer as a headliner. And then Snatched, which I believe was the second place movie.
I'll get to Snatched in a second. Real quick. Quick side note. My favorite part about the Indian movies is that the first week that they're available, you butcher the name horrifically. Like 3 weeks ago, you probably called this movie like Bahubali or something. you sounded like Mushmouth. And then by the third week, you are phonetically correct in pronouncing all of these. You're just like Bahubali. So kudos to you, man. Snatched. How in God's name did this movie make $17 million? Please explain.
Marfuji actually made 19 million.
19 million. Jackie Marfuji, who's on my radio show a lot.
Love you, Jackie.
Comedian.
Laugh Bay. Love you.
Jackie was on the show yesterday, and her and a friend went to go see this movie.
Okay.
She said it was so bad that her friend got up, left the theater, told the usher she had to go to her car, went and bought a bottle of wine, snuck it back in so that they could drink a bottle of wine for the last hour of the movie. It was so horrifically terrible.
Say it ain't so. So it was your friend, male or female? That's what I'm curious.
Two females.
Oh no, the target demo.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's it. Well, it actually had a cinema score of I think a B or a B plus. So they didn't hate it. I mean, it's not like it was The Circle, which came out with a D plus. I don't know.
I'm just saying, two women, two comedians, two female comedians, two very successful.
Oh, that's a tough crowd.
They are.
Crowd, though. I mean,
they said they felt bad that Goldie Hawn had to be associated with this movie. That's how bad it was, and that's how bad Amy Schumer was in it.
But you know what? That's like a professional gambler going to go see a gambling movie. You're always gonna be overly critical of something in your field, right?
But she's not doing stand-up comedy. That's the point. She's doing a movie. So I would get it if like they were critiquing her doing like a stand-up special.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, these aren't my words, Ed. These are not my words.
It's straight from the Laugh Bay. I hear you, and I'm going to listen to your podcast later on from yesterday. Yeah, man. Okay, well, regardless, enough people made it its second scoring movie of the week. Totally outclassed King Arthur, and I'm just gonna have to go down on that side. There are some movies, damn it, that you just have to ride for no matter what. I fucking ride for King Arthur. I fucks with King Arthur, damn it. That was a fun movie. It had a long tortured development history, which we tweeted the Deadline article from the Cinema Draft Twitter account, and I get like why internally in industry people hate on it, but externally it had decent marketing. It had, I don't understand why can't people make King Arthur work? It's such an interesting legend. I used to read the books actually in my definitely super nerdy phase in the 6th grade when I used to eat lunch by myself and read books. I would read Camelot and all that stuff and Lancelot and all that stuff. So
are you ready for the first hot take of the podcast?
Oh god, King Arthur
first
sucks.
Hot take of the day. Charlie Hunnam, Taylor Kitsch 2.0.
Oh, shots fired. Charlie Hunnam season. Wow, that's a low blow. Did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
I watched every season. Love that show. Loved him. I love Friday Night Lights. I like Taylor Kitsch. Fuck, Ed, I watched like Battleship like 1.5 times yesterday.
I like Battleship. That's another one that
I don't hate Battleship. I don't hate Charlie Hunnam. I don't hate Taylor Kitsch. But for some reason, those guys are not carrying movies. Wow. To carry a movie, you have got to be a big-time guy. And it's just not going to happen for him, man. It didn't work out in the movie with the monsters in the ocean where he was like a big robot.
Pacific Rim, yes.
And they're making another one of those for some god insane reason. Yeah, it just doesn't play, man. Too much CGI. I like Hunnam. I like King Arthur. I like Jude Law. I like everything about it. But then, like, I see a preview of it, and it just looks like it's just some kid.
There's a ton of CGI in the last act. There's too much CGI. I actually complained about that.
Too much CGI, man.
But it's still a 3-reel movie. Out of 4 reels, it's a 3-reel movie. I don't understand. Oh, he was in Children of Men? I totally missed that. Okay, that's interesting. I'm just going through his IMDb for people listening at home. Green Street Hooligans is the indie, about those football as in soccer hooligans. He's got so much potential, but yeah, I guess it's not.
He's destined to star in True Detective 3. All right. I mean,
man, I would set up in a heartbeat for that.
So would I. I mean, if he was, I just got done watching 3 seasons of the show Bosch, which is fantastic, by the way. I don't know if you've watched that show.
I have not, but you're making me want to have to check it out now.
But those are the kind of shows that a guy like Charlie Hunnam needs to do. He needs to be on Amazon. He needs to be on Netflix, just knocking out like a couple seasons of a really cool, kind of dark cop drama kind of thing, and he'd be fantastic. But like this King Arthur crap with all the CGI, no.
Hunnam season. All right, well, GG, Charlie Hunnam. Your film is probably going to lose its parent company about $175 million. And they actually, I heard a podcast with Guy Ritchie, and they were going to do like a whole 6-movie universe around it. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. Okay, Ring Balls 22.
I do love Guy Ritchie though. Guy Ritchie is fantastic. He was on the Men in Blazers podcast the other day, and he was so good.
Oh, wait! You listen to a soccer podcast?
Oh, dude, I've been listening to Men in Blazers probably for 4 years.
You're a soccer head. You're a football lad.
I like soccer, but I really like those guys. Those guys can talk about chess, and I would probably listen to the podcast. They're funny.
And I know what you mean. Yeah, and the accents are primo, I'm sure. I think I might have listened to one or two of those podcasts a long time ago. So this is Ring Balls 22's call sheet. Very solid. Nice mix of Lowriders, Bahubali 2, Gifted. So basically, it's the same call sheet, only differs a little bit in, I think he has one more Bahubali versus Lowriders. And that proved to be the difference because Bahubali had 15.9 points, whereas Lowriders, its average actor had 24.03. Yeah, 8 points, about difference.
What's a Prabhas? Who is this guy? Who is this? Is this the Indian Madonna? Why does he only have one name? What's going on with that guy?
Oh, look at that hair, those bangs.
Oh,
yes, he's got to like that. A little bit of a porn stash, 5 o'clock shadow. Prabhas. Better ask your cousins in Hollywood and find out what the deal is.
That hair is worthy of having one name. So I'll give him a pass.
Yes, Prabhas, one of the headliners from Bahubali 2, The Conclusion. Also in the top 5, you've got.
Did they even make the first one? Or is that like a marketing thing? Like
no. The first one actually made a lot of rupee. Back in the home country.
A lot of rupee.
Yeah, I when I was doing a little research into Bahubali 2, because I'm always trying to figure out. I really do try to make these prices fairly reflective of expectation, and also I take into account a lot of different stuff. So when it comes to the 3Fs, I have to do a little bit of a deep dive sometimes. So I'll go to like these Bollywood box office sites, or sometimes when I'm doing my social media, I'll get like I'll get like articles and stuff from India about the Indian movie scene. And yeah, Bahubali the original was like a thing.
I was hoping there wasn't an original, and they just made a movie called Bahubali 2: The Conclusion that made you think, fuck, I need to see the conclusion of this thing without even knowing like if there was a first one or not. I think it's a genius move. Just look at
that hair. This is your boy Prabhas. So for those listening at home, Bahubali: The Beginning, which came out in 2015, there's Prabhas, all one named, hair flowing, deeply gazing into your soul as he's got a spear ready to wreck some shit. I mean, yeah.
Hey, Ed, I got another hot take for you. Prabhas, if he stars in King Arthur, that movie does $35 million.
Opening weekend, absolutely.
Opening weekend, it kills just with that hair alone.
Yes, and then global box office 100 million, easy opening weekend.
Prabhas.
Yes, we know how you love your hair. So guess in third place. Oh my goodness, shock! It's me. Couldn't quite get to the top spot. I definitely will be erasing somebody off the whiteboard this week. But my call sheet, my big mistake was King Arthur. I fell in love with my eyes, with what I saw and not with what expectation was. Everyone said it was going to do 14 to 16 million. I wouldn't listen. No, King Arthur is better than its projections, but apparently it was not.
Here's the thing: the eye test. Your call sheet just doesn't pass the eye test with me.
The Lost City of Z. I know. I was running.
Lost City of Z. Morgan Freeman and Going in Style.
I totally punted limited release. I had no faith in limited release that week.
But if you look at Smart Ash and you look at Ring Balls, everything in there, you look at their call sheets, you're like, okay, yeah. Every single actor looked like it was going to matter, as opposed to yours where it's like, he kind of quit on about 3 of these people.
That's, what, we deal with hard truths in my life, and this is a hard truth. I did give up at parts of this call sheet. I basically went big with the King Arthur, price wise at 17.9 for Jude Law, also Zoe Saldana. Everyone had a Guardians of the Galaxy headliner for winning call sheets, but damn if I didn't. And I tried to get some Lowriders in there, but I would just. I got Bahubali. I got the cheaper of the 2 headliners in there, Rana Dagubadi for 7,100. But damned if I didn't spend too much on King Arthur. It's what cost me.
There's just not enough Prabhas in your lineup. You know what we need? You know what you need to get next step in the evolution of this game? It would be nice to see ownership percentages.
Man, all that is in the what I call the IDF, the ideas and development file, and I would love to see that happen. IFD, sorry, the ideas and future development file. That's in there. All that's in there. Ownership would be interesting to see, especially once we expand the player pool, which we're desperately working on these next few weeks.
I think it helps too. I think it helps to the guys that are just joining the game, learning the game, to be able to see what the better players are doing.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree.
allows everybody to improve just a little bit more. So yeah, that'll be fun when you get around when that happens. But yeah,
Or maybe that's something I can. Yeah, that's something I can probably look into once we're able to. On the back end, we need to transfer stuff to CSV a lot. But once we get some stuff being able to transfer to CSV, that's something I could, at the very least, until on the technical end we can get that put into the site. At the very least, I could do like a write up, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday of like ownership percentages and kind of talk about that. So that's a pretty good idea, Jay Devlin. You're full of good ideas today. Damn it.
What's next? What do we got next?
So we are on. Oh, actually, I totally lost my train of thought. We are on. Whose call sheet is this? Whose man's is this? Michael Vellante. All right, that's whose man's this is. And yeah, and he also kind of punted limited release with Going in Style. He also fell for the hype like I did. Look, Michael, great supporter of the pod, of the site, everything. We love his energy in the group chat as well. If I led you down this King Arthur road, I take full responsibility. My bad, dog. My bad. Because he has King Arthur in there, which of course cost him opportunities elsewhere. He also has some Lost City of Z. He punted Going in Style. He's actually got a couple of Bahubalis. He's got Prabhas. He's got a couple of Bahubali actors and only 3 Lowriders. So that's
what was the optimal lineup? One Guardians of the Galaxy, and then like every single person from Lowriders.
Well, I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because let's take a look at what won our call sheet of the week real quick. It was basically Smart Ash and Ring Balls 22 alternating. They both had one the key grip, and they had one. One of them had won the best boy. I think it was Ring Balls, and one won the key grip. So let's take a look at the best boy real quick. I mean, we don't have optimizers here yet. I'm sure Jaybird's up there somewhere in Canada feverishly working on one, waiting for us to be able to make these CSV downloadable, I'm sure. But the closest, the best call sheet and probably the optimal one was the Ring Balls Smart Ash.
There it is.
Double.
It is.
It's all Lowriders, man. 7 Lowriders. Had to be a Latin lover, so they didn't give up on anything in this sheet. I mean, Snatch, they covered all their bases, but they went high risk a little bit with Lowriders.
See, but this is the strategy I talk about all the time in the game. It's just like, if you're gonna like take a shot on Lowriders, just take a full shot on it. Like hedging your bet a little bit with a little bit of something else. Just it's not the way to go. Go with your gut. If you think a movie like Lowriders is gonna crush, just go full stack on it.
Yeah,
and let it crush. And I'm not trapped. This is the best call sheet of the week.
Yeah, no, and we see it twice. Like I said, Smart Ash had a similar type of call sheet. And the thing is that if you can max, I mean, it is gutsy. It's definitely a high variance play. If we're wrong on Lowriders, if this thing even does like just 1 million, like basically half what it did, I mean, we all look, like I looked with King Arthur.
Absolutely, right, but if you're trying to win, if you're trying to take a tournament down, this is the strategy you have to play. If you're just trying to hedge against yourself a little bit and get like a top 3 or a top 5, okay, I get it. Like, you're going to sub out a couple Lowriders for Bahubali or something else. But if you're trying to win a tournament and take a tournament down, or you need to full stack something like that.
Yeah,
and it's the optimal strategy.
This is almost what we call a max stack. The most of any one film you can have actors is 8 of the 10 actors we list for each movie, and this is almost a max stack. 7 of the 7 actors, where it's just pretty ballsy. I'm not even sure if I guess a case could be made to. Well, you need a limited release. I guess a case could be made for Snatch, but Snatch still performs. So this is a really good call sheet.
Great call sheet.
I almost got there. I had ideas of doing something like that. I think I started off in I think I kind of found my footing down in was the Gaffer, maybe, where
you do your best work. You do your best work in the lower levels of this game. Your background talent call sheet is usually straight fire.
That's like saying you're the tallest midget. Thank you very much. No offense to little people, but yeah, that's
your call sheet of the week is always in the key grip or the background talent or the Gaffer.
Gaffer.
Just lurking somewhere where only 4 other people are in the tournament.
Fair enough. I think the highest I got this week was in the 260. Yeah, 260, 216. And that's where I didn't have the nuts to do full Lowriders. I think I went a little King Arthur. It's the bait. I just keep messing that up. King Arthur, yeah, it's Lowrider. Anyways, that's about me. And then let's do one other call sheet from the feature presentation.
Pick a newbie. Let's see a newbie.
A newbie call sheet. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Actually, we're going to work on speeding up the completed section as well. Do I need to refresh this? There we go. Let's take a look at Whose call sheet can we take a look at? Let's do
The God of Cheese. Who's that? That's a great name.
okay. Yeah, let's look at God of Cheeks. He had a very high variance call sheet this week because he found a way to get 2 Guardians of the Galaxy in there. He has Zoe Saldana as a headliner, and then Palm Teeth, the one with the little antennae in the movie. He had her in there, and then he had basically no money left over. He had to punt the rest of his call sheet.
I love this strategy. I'm a huge fan of it. If Lowriders doesn't do what it does, this might win.
Right.
I like
183.56, and did he actually? He might. You know what? Bless his. Well, in the feature, is this feature presentation? No, this is actually this feature presentation. I'm sorry. I had him. I thought he tied with someone else. Had like a. Oh, I see. Yeah, he didn't quite make the money. But like I said, I love he swung for the fence in this one. He's like, I'm rocking out this thing because even if Guardians does like maybe 80, this call sheet might win.
Oh, 100%. I like that he had a strategy and he stuck to it. I mean, that's very important way to play any game for that matter.
And wait, I mean, I didn't purposely make it so you couldn't do 2, but even at first blush when I was making the values, and mind you guys, I have degrees in drama and English and kind of like an MBA, but it's like I'm not good at math. You know, I think statistics is like my worst class. Got like a C in it, so I didn't really think that you could make a call sheet with 2 Guardians of the Galaxy. But that shows you how much I know, right? Me and math. LOL. Okay, so so that's a very audacious call sheet. Good job, God of Cheese. Love the outside the box thinking, and he's won money before. He'll win money again. We like that stuff. Let's take a look at this upcoming weekend, this talent pool preview, and let's go to the spreadsheet real quick. Let's get a nice little overview. We have, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have 6 newcomers this week, and including Alien Covenant, which should be hopefully. I don't have any skin in the game, but I am going to go see it as my post-lock movie on Thursday in D-Box. Ticket already purchased. That should be the major domo this weekend. I think it's going to give. Guardians of the Galaxy a run for its money. I believe it should probably open somewhere in the 40 million range. And when we tape the podcast, the hour long tonight, I believe the over under is going to be 40 million for Alien Covenant. Also, if you go by HSX, there it is, hsx.com, where I like to kind of get an idea sometimes of how these movies are trading in their virtual marketplace. I believe, their opening weekend derivative is 40.76. So basically, each $1 translates to $1 million at the box office. So they're expecting around a 40 million opening range. So that seems about right. I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to seeing Alien Covenant?
No, not even like no. It could be playing on my TV at home. I wouldn't watch it.
Oh, so have you seen any of the Alien movies? Or
no, I don't do Alien movies. I think I've said it on the pod before. I don't do horror movies. I don't like aliens. I liked Predator was good. That's about the extent of my Alien movies that I like.
Not Alien versus Predator with my girlfriend Sana.
Let me preface this. Like, I don't like aliens are like ugly and look like giant insects and kill people.
Oh, they're fucking disgusting.
Like, I like Star Trek and all that crap is fine. But like when they make the alien out to be like just something, I just can't get into it. Battleship. All right, that's kind of an alien movie, I guess, but.
But you don't see as much of it as you in Alien. This one, it's in all the trailers still, but you're gonna see a shit ton of aliens in this one. But I'm excited.
One of my biggest movie disappointments in the last 20 years was the M. Night Shyamalan movie with Marky Mark.
Oh, The Visit? No, The Happening.
Whatever it was called. I don't know if it was The Happening.
I know which one you're talking about.
With Mel Gibson and the cornfields.
Absolutely.
So great movie. The first hour and a half is unbelievable. You don't know what's going on. I'm like, dude, this is M. Night Shyamalan, dude. Like, he's making it seem like there's going to be an alien, but he's not that lazy. He's going to write himself out of this corner, and then bam, a fucking alien is on the screen. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, this just, And I was out.
Show, don't tell, huh?
Just like that. Yeah, just like that, I was out. You didn't need to show me some weird-looking, cockroach-looking alien. So, just not in on Alien. It's already been done. How many times can you make an alien movie? It's like Derek Jeter Day. How many Derek Jeter days do I need to endure in my life?
Well, Derek Jeter is definitely overdone. But how many times can you make an alien movie? How many times can you make a cop show or a lawyer show? It's what we do. Movies are made for aliens, damn it.
But like, it doesn't. But it's like the same franchise of Alien.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Call it something else.
Well, you know what? I liked how they refreshed it. They refreshed the universe, whatever. I mean, look, Ridley Scott is 80. It just kind of hit me when I read the article on him in Entertainment Weekly last week. The dude's 80, but yet he has like another like 2 or 3 of these alien style movies in the works. Let's just hope he's on the treadmill working out, taking his D3 or whatever, because he's got ideas and plans, and he's 80 and not slowing down. He's got these up his sleeve for a little bit. So you're stuck with him.
Hey,
like
bro,
James Cameron with Avatar. You're stuck with him.
Props to the octogenarians, man. I'm pro octogenarian. Keep doing your thing at 80 years old, but I'm good. I'm not going to go see that movie.
All right. Well, either way, I did price it appropriately. It should be about the highest valued salary on the sheet. Starting at Callie Hernandez, 20,000, all the way up to Michael Fassbender, probably in some sort of repeat or similar role as his android David at 21,400. Also opening this week is Champion. I know nothing about this movie, but I did see that it's going to get at least 31 screens. I actually physically went to the release site, and I think I counted them. Is this the one I counted? Wrong week. Yes, this is the one I went to the distributor's site, counted the location in the US is open this weekend. So it's gonna be on 31 screens. I can say with a fair amount of confidence. And yeah, I know nothing about it. It's wrong Champion, damn it. Kirk Douglas. I kind of wonder if this is one of those faith-based films because it just seems so under the radar. No one you've ever heard of, a total cast of unknowns. This is probably one of the few weeks where you're gonna see like a talent pool where everyone's got the exact same price, 5,000 min price across the board. So,
how much is Lowriders this week?
Lowrider, yes. So we did increase Lowriders to 8,500 at the bottom, 9,300 at the top. So we did increase it slightly. We do expect to be a dip in second weekend returns, although we probably predict an expansion of the marketplace. It probably will reach out to another 30 or 40 screens, so we did account for that. But still, I mean, I got high hopes for Lowriders. You might see a good decent amount of Lowriders on my call sheet, but I never figure out my strategy until after I see the box office pros weekend projections. These are the ones from last week. If you're watching, they tend to come out Wednesday morning or afternoon. They help kind of give me an idea what the marketplace is thinking. Whereas our WCW, who will be on our podcast later on this evening, posting tomorrow morning, he feels the zeitgeist of the marketplace. You get a pretty good idea of the zeitgeist after that. What else is also interesting? Also opening. Oh, here's my sleeper. And I kind of priced it appropriately. I think it's going to do boffo. Everything. This is Kalila Joy. Shout out to KJ. Congratulations. Quick little cultural cul-de-sac. The series that she's, I guess, a recurring guest star on, SWAT, got picked up the series by CBS. Congratulations. So, keep getting checks, homegirl. KJ, Kalila Joy, from our female tripod, she said the movie she was most looking forward to in our summer movie preview was Everything, and I've been seeing more marketing about it. I'm in. I think it's the fault in our stars of this summer. Wait, have you seen or heard anything about Everything?
Nothing at all, to be honest with you.
Ask your girlfriend if she's heard or seen anything about Everything. She's probably all in on that movie.
Maybe I'll ask her. I mean, she's not really a big movie buff, if we're being honest. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But you know what, Jordan, we thank you for letting your boy use your Gmail account to make these hangouts so much easier. Appreciate it. Stars Amanda Stenberg. I guess you remember her barely as like Cree, the little mixed girl who goes out, like, I think first in the Hunger Games, the original Hunger Games.
Yeah.
She's now kind of grown up-ish or whatever. And she's basically plays a teenager who can't leave the house. She's got like a medical condition and falls in love with the boy next door. It's like a kind of classic, little tale of somewhat forbidden love, although for different modern reasons. And everything I've seen, the marketing looks really good. I know I'm a sucker for marketing. I know it's where my professional background is, but the marketing looks really good. I can see the kind of the spot it's trying to hit with the teens and the tweens. And if we look it up on HSX, there, oh wow, oh that's really low. Oh, they're tripping. Okay, that's interesting. So they're only expecting an 8 million-ish open. You can double that. I'm telling you, this is the MTV movie of the summer. I'm gonna stake my reputation on it. This thing's gonna do decent business. This thing could do like 16, 15, 16, 17 million.
Your street cred is not great after King Arthur, so we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I'm tempted to make a little side bet and bet whatever under You're saying it's going to go over.
Booked. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. So everything starting at 13,300 up to 14,400 for Amanda Stenberg as one of your headliners. We reduced King Arthur dramatically by 9,000. So you can get in on that sinking ship for 8,800.
I got news for you. If you play King Arthur this week, you should probably just never play Cinema Draft ever again.
Stern words. Once again, we deal in harsh truths here. Damn it.
Harsh truths, man. People complain they're not getting better. The same people win every week. Well, you know why? Because people are smart enough not to play a movie like that.
Or you don't listen to the podcast, but you listen to the podcast, so you're already a smart person. Paris Can Wait has been out for a week. It was only on 4 screens last week, but it did $100,000. So that's pretty strong showing, although albeit just in New York and LA. We're expecting a possible expansion. Maybe it might go up to 25 screens. Diane Lane and Alec Baldwin, your headliners, still fairly cheap, $5,500, $5,700 for Baldwin and Lane, respectively.
I thought that was the sequel to the Billy Crystal and George Murasan movie.
Oh, God.
About Paris.
Probably one of the worst NBA movies ever, right?
I mean, is that technically an NBA movie?
He was an NBA ref. That's the only thing I remember about the movie. Yeah, that's the only thing I remember.
What was that movie called?
I'm not
Forget Paris. It's called
Forget. There you go. Yes. I refuse to look that one up. The Wedding Plan was only on 8 screens. It still might be in a void until we get an idea on how many screens it's going up to. Once again, population density, Israeli film. You might have to see it perform a little bit before you invest. Bahubali is actually so it's the 4th week of Bahubali, but 4th weekend essentially. And it's time to get off the train, I guess. I don't know if there's much Prabhas and your beautiful hair. I think you might have to get off the train at this point. I mean, it's still cheap. It might. I mean, if it did 1.5 last weekend, it still could get you, 890,000, 8 or 9, points. If you just need to fill a slot or a hole, in your call sheet, and you got 6,500 to 6,600 to spare, take a shot. But there might be some better options out there this week. Avoid the Circle, How to Be Latin Lover still might have a little bit left in the tank, and limited release is looking like one of those weeks where it is again a dumpster fire. I mean, there's not a lot of great choices this week. I'll go into it a little bit more in the shot list with the podcast that will be airing tomorrow. But yeah, that's a quick overview of the weekend going out. Any parting thoughts, Jay Devlin?
No, good to be back. I will definitely be back in the game this week. So look for me in the top 3 and look for me on the message board inciting as much gambling as I possibly can. The return of the whiteboard, I hope to be not on it after this week, but the $10 side bet will be in play. Mostly sports on iTunes, iHeartRadio, just wherever you can find it pretty much anywhere. Vote for us for the TBT, the basketball tournament, thetournament.com. We're playing in a basketball tournament for $2 million this summer. We need votes. So just go to thetournament.com, go to the West region, vote for mostly sports. That's pretty much it, brother.
Excellent. Thanks again for joining us. That made the Draft Mom happy, I'm sure. Also, everyone, you know what to do. Go to cinemadraft.co. That is cinemadraft.co. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Sign up. Follow us on all of our social media. Subscribe to the podcast. Rate us. Rank us. Leave comments. All that stuff will help us get discovered. And also check out our corporate blog at medium.com. And you know what to do between now and the next time we put up a podcast. Go see a movie or something.